coming to you tonight from a small child's bedroom. This is Komedia Live's Krater Comedy Club. And here is your host for the evening, Stephen Grant.
Hello, it's me, Stephen Grant, the host of Krater Live, here via the Komedia and various bedrooms. And currently I am in another bedroom in my house. If you've been watching the last few shows, you know that I've taken over my son's bedroom, but we've had a little chat and apparently he needs sleep. And I'll be honest with you, if he doesn't get sleep, there's a very good chance tomorrow he will be what is technically known in the parenting world as fucking awful. Anyway, that use of the F word has told me there's an important thing I need to tell you at the beginning of tonight's show. And that important thing to tell you, apart from, yes, I am wearing the AirPods as ever, please include your insults, is the fact that this is a slightly offensive stand-up comedy show. We have a variety of comedians who will be gracing your screen. I would say stage, but just imagine there's a stage underneath me right now. And they will be entertaining you. And there'll be a host and a kind of a range of subjects that might slightly upset or rattle you. But look, not to worry. The key thing is it's entertaining. And so far, your comments have been brilliant. Now, if you want to get in touch with the show, it's very straightforward. You are on YouTube right now, possibly on your smart TV or on your iPad or laptop or something like that. Then you can type in your comments. Or if you're watching on a telly and it's a little trickier to do that, then you can do it via Twitter. So go on to twitter.com and send any message to #KraterLive. Krater. You should be able to work out how to spell it. It is literally behind me. And to all the people messaging, by the way, through the week, no, this is not a coronavirus. We have had this logo for the best part of 11 or 12 years. And if you are still thinking, oh, that's a little bit, 5G, there's a good chance you've spent too much time indoors and maybe one of those government-sanctioned runs or cycles would help clear your mind from the madness that is bubbling within. Look, anyway, the key thing to say is we're going to have a brilliant evening. If you want to donate, there's a link down here, which I won't overstress. I think you know about that enough, but it really helps keep the venue and the comedians eating. Obviously, the venue doesn't eat. It doesn't eat money, so your money would help in that respect. But the comedians need to eat, and so your support will make a huge amount of difference. Loads of comedians, and what happens on these shows at Krater Live is we have three separate things. We have videos that have been especially sent into us by comedians from their homes. Thanks for that, guys. We have unseen footage from both our Bath and Brighton venues, some of the best comedians doing their best material, and that's incredibly popular. And then on top of that, we have live links to comedians who have taken the plunge to try and do this in their own home. And you've got to understand that doing comedy without an audience in front of you is a little bit like having sex without a partner. Though obviously there is a word for that, and that is used to describe quite a lot of comedians. Anyway, the upshot of it is we have a great show ahead of us. Your support, both in your numbers and in your messages and in letting people know about this, is going to make all the difference. We're here for the next 45 or so minutes. Hello, I'm Stephen. Get in touch with me, get in touch with the show, and we're going to push things off now with one of our favourite Krater acts. This was filmed live at the Komedia Bath venue down in that neck of the woods in the southwest. This is the brilliant Prince Abdi.
Do you know what I love about? I love seeing people have fun, man. I saw this guy having fun the other day. I'm in central London. I saw a guy dressed in a bumblebee costume. He was by himself, hammered, pissed out of his face, just walking around, just everywhere. I was like, I have to follow this guy. So I followed him, and he got on a bus. I didn't even look at the bus driver. He just walked on. And the bus driver called him back. He came back, and I kid you not, he looked at the bus driver and he went, what? Bus driver was like, are you going to pay? And he just went, no. Bus driver was like, why not? Then he went, because I'm pissed. Otherwise, I would have flown home. There's so many things I see on a double-decker bus. I never told I was on a double-decker bus, and this was just after Brexit happened, about a week into after the whole Brexit thing happened. And I'm on the bus, I'm upstairs, and there was a guy downstairs, and I could hear him. He was so xenophobic. He got on, and he's just looking around the bus. He's very, drunk. He's just going, you, where you from? And the guy said, Poland. How about you? Where you from? The guy said, Italy. And you? And the guy said, Romania. Then he went, that's what I mean. All you foreigners coming over here, taking our fucking jobs. Brexit. Fucking Brexit. And I'm listening to this. Then I heard him go, wait here, I'm gonna go upstairs and see what's going on. I was like, I'm not having this. So I put on his voice and I shouted downstairs. I went, you stay down there, mate, and I'll sort upstairs out. So he went, who's up there? And I said, Clive. He went, all right, Clive, I'm Terry. All right, Terry. People upstairs were like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't want him coming upstairs. I'm kidding, I was the only one upstairs. Downstairs got so much abuse. But then I didn't think it through, because about 3 stops later, I'm like, shit, I need to get off the next stop. And Terry was a little bit quiet. So I was like, Terry, you still down there, mate? And he said, yeah, mate. And I said, I'm sending one of them down. But he's all right, he is. So when I went downstairs, I was nervous. He stopped me, he went, hang on a minute. Then he went, I'm gonna let you off, only because Clive said so. I don't know why. I was like, thank you, my friend. And I got off. I don't know about you guys, but I like listening to people's conversations in public. I was listening to these 2 youths having a conversation the other day. It was on the bus, they were sitting at the back, and I could still hear them, they're quite loud. And all I heard was this, they were talking about business. They must have been about 15, 16. And they couldn't even say the word business properly. All I heard was this, hey bruv, I got a new business for us, bruv. I got a new business. The other youth was like, what kind of business, bruv? What kind of business? And he was like, we go to rich areas, yeah, and when the rich people are not looking, we steal their pets. I'm listening to this. Then the other youth goes, how's that a business, bruv? How's that a business? It's like, rich people love their pets. So if you steal one of them, yeah, they're gonna advertise it with a reward, missing pet, and that's when you take the pet back, say you found it, and that's how you get your cash money. And I was like, that is not a bad idea. That is... But I love London. London's like, that's, you know, everybody has their own like cities. Like, you know, if you're from Bath, you must love Bath. But I love London. But Bath is different. Like, it's different to where I'm from in Brixton. Completely different. Like, just today, I saw this lady parking, just not far from here. She was parking her car. She saw a guy across the road, right? She couldn't park her car because it was a tight space. So she wind down and called this man over. She went, excuse me, would you care to help me park my car? I'm having trouble. And he said, certainly. So he crossed the road, she came out of the car, he went in the car, he parked the car, came out of the car, gave her the keys back. I'm just saying, it's different. That would never happen in Brixton.
Welcome back. So that was the fabulous Prince Abdi. And if you want to see Prince Abdi, he will be appearing at both Komedia venues when they reopen. Though let's change the word if to when to if, and be realistic about this. But let's say that it'll be when, because of your support, because of the fact you're watching this, and hopefully you're telling your friends about it and go, hey, watch this, it's live stand-up comedy. I've been here before, I really enjoyed it. I was quite pissed. I was on a stag do, they chucked me out. One of the people on stage called me a wanker. I can't remember who it was, but it looks like the guy who's speaking now. Hiya, been doing this for 23 years. It's very likely to have been me. Lots of comments coming through on Twitter right now at #CraterLive. Thank you very much. People saying they're looking forward to the show. Hello, Quench Bar. That's a bar in Burgess Hill, I believe. I imagine you're not open. If you are open, you're probably like one of these pubs in Sheffield right now that are saying they're closed, but they're getting all their mates around, and then the police come and raid, and they're hiding in cupboards. Oh, I love the British ingenuity. I love the fact that we stayed indoors for approximately 4.5 to 5.5 weeks, and then went, no, fuck this. I love my nan, but ultimately she's got to fight for herself. And we're back on the roads again, trying to break into pubs, because pubs will be the last thing to open, but at the same time, they're the first thing we want to go and visit. Hey, Britain makes you proud. But look at the plus side. The whole thing about the isolation and quarantine that happens with a lockdown is the fact that you can drink at home without anyone judging. In fact, I'd say it's almost positively encouraged. So, you know, if you are watching this right now at home on your own, getting pissed, brilliant. Just 2 months ago, you had a problem, but now you're getting into the spirit of things. Absolutely makes you proud. #CraterLive if you want to get in touch with the show, and I will be getting your comments and then feeding them back to you. So if you just want to say a quick hello, that's all you want to do, then do that, and I will relay that hello on your behalf. Or enter into the YouTube comments, like a lot of people are doing right now, trying to help people out with their sound issues. Apparently, some people can't hear the show, which will be making this section, I would consider, mostly annoying. In fact, all of it mostly annoying, because we don't really put on the subtitles. I do apologise for that, but if you get a friend to kind of write it out for you or something like that, if you are deaf, though, if you are deaf, you can't hear this. In many ways, this is an enormous, pointless way to try and reassure you. Anyway, we're going to push on with our next act, and our next act is live, ladies and gentlemen. This is so exciting. So I'm going to hand the internet stream over like this, and with a hand that's going out of shot ever so slightly, and say hello to the fabulous Lauren Pattison. Hello, Lauren.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Lauren. How you doing? Oh my God, you've made an effort. Somebody's already said online I look like a 6 out of 10 outfit. Look at you. You're
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from the waist up.
10 and 10 from the waist up, which I believe is one of your Tinder reviews.
Exactly.
Right. Anyway, that's not fair. I shouldn't be doing jokes on your time. Everybody, lots of applause as we welcome for a live performance the fabulous Lauren Pattison.
Hello. Yeah, I thought I'd make an effort because, like everybody else, I've spent all of lockdown just wearing jogging bottoms. So I know from the waist up it's very deceiving. It's like, oh, look how showbiz she is, but I promise you, I'm in my joggers, very comfortable. The uniform of the now unemployed comedian. That's how this is working. I like wearing a bit of sparkle though. I think because oh, sorry, I thought I was doing me there. I think because growing up, I always thought I was quite plain. Like, I didn't think I was anything particular special to look at. So when I got a bit older, I was like, right, well, I'm going to wear stuff that like dazzles and makes us stand out. So I started wearing sequins because I know you can't polish a turd, but you can very much roll one in glitter. So that's just how I've started to live my life. But I know I shouldn't talk about myself like that. I've stopped referring to myself as plain after I said it on stage at a gig, and a woman came up to me at the end and went, honey, you shouldn't talk about yourself like that. You should not talk about yourself in that negative manner. You aren't even particularly ugly. I was like, I didn't say I was truly, but thank you for the confidence boost. It's plain, not ugly. That's how I felt, plain. I felt like I just sort of like faded into the background. And I remember saying this to a flatmate once. So when it's not that I feel ugly, it's that I feel plain, like nobody really notices me, plain, nothing special. And my flatmate went, you are a bit plain, aren't you? And I was like, well, I can't really be offended because I've set this one up. So I went, yeah, I suppose I am. And he went, like a scone. I was like, I hadn't really considered I was plain, like a scone. No, is that a good thing? He went, of course it's a good thing. I went, all right, then how? He said, because a plain scone goes with absolutely anything. I was like, that's not really a compliment, is it? That doesn't make me feel good. He went, I don't see why you're insulted. And I was like, well, because that's an incredibly rude thing to say. He went, no, it's not. A plain scone goes with absolutely anything. I was like, I don't think you realise the level of insult there. So I rang my mum and I said, you won't believe what he's just said. And she went, that's horrible. That's horrible. Plain scone goes with absolutely everything. That's absolutely horrible. You are more like a margarita pizza. I was like, is that better or worse than being a plain scone? She went, well, you're nobody's first choice, but you do go down well at a party when people are desperate. So I was like, oh, thank you. Amazing. I'll take that one. I'm back home. I'm back home at the minute with my family. This is my childhood bedroom. I have not been in this house for so long, since I was 18 years old. It's getting quite testing. I feel like I've regressed to being a child. I've used to being so independent for the last 8 years, but now it's very much me waking up in the morning, asking if I can go in the kitchen to have Cocoa Pops because my dad's working from home and then I don't want to disturb him, and spending all day waiting for someone to cook my tea. I've become 5. It's incredible. I like it. But I'm trying to sort of retain some level of normality. Like, I still want to do bits of writing and bits of comedy. But the other day I'd been up 22 minutes and the cord of my dressing gown had already fallen into the toilet and I'd pissed on it. And my genuine reaction was, well, someone needs to talk to management about the uniform policy. And then I remembered I am management and that was my uniform. So this is saying no dressing gown codes on this. Can't piss on this, can I? I probably could. I'm from the north. I'll piss on anything. I genuinely think I'm turning into a dog as well, which I know is not, when I said I shouldn't talk about myself being plain, but I've taken to a lot. So my bedroom window is just out of shot there. And I've taken to sort of just sitting and looking out of the window and waiting for people to go past. And the other day, literally about 2 days ago, I heard my mum downstairs say she was going for a walk. I ran from the window there, across the room, down the stairs, going, can I come on the walk? Can I come on the walk? Are you going on a walk? Can I come on the walk? And I was like, am I a Labrador now? 6 weeks into lockdown and this is what's happened. Turned into the family pet. I'm fine. fine. It's a very weird lockdown for me. Stephen made a comment about Tinder, which I got dumped during lockdown. And when I say that to people, they're like, "Oh, is that why you're back with your parents? You know, you were living with your boyfriend. I've been living with them for 2 years." They were like, "Oh, did it maybe get too much? The pressure? No, he broke up with you, and now you've come back home." Me and my boyfriend were self-isolating separately, 200 miles apart, and he still broke up with me. Do you know how that feels when everybody's in a position in lockdown of going, lockdown's really making me realize what I can't live without, my family and Wagamamas and Greg's. It's really making me realize the most important things. He was clearly sat in London going, you know what I absolutely can live without? Lauren. Yeah, that's fine. She can go. But it's all right. It's quite exciting. It's a new chapter of my life, and I'm quite scared to start dating again because I don't like to tell people I do this for a job until like a few dates in. I like to sort of keep it to myself, but it means that I end up sort of only revealing half of my personality, and I feel a little bit like Hannah Montana with my double life. It's very exciting. It's got to the point as well though, because I can't like physically go out on dates, and I'm not doing any Zoom dates. No way. This is weird enough. Like a Zoom date, not on board with that. So someone genuinely suggested, why don't I apply for first dates? Like, and I could spend sort of my lockdown doing an application, and then maybe afterwards I could go on first dates. And I can't think of anything worse than me going on first dates. I'm one of the most awkward people in the world. If I went on first dates, it would just be me hiding in the toilet for an hour while a man enjoys 2 meals, which would be great for him, but I don't know how entertaining it would be for the general public. And to be honest, guys, that is my time. I hope you have enjoyed that. I've had a nice little chat. Hasn't been too much of a breakdown. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
The brilliant Lauren Pattison. Oh, well done there, Lauren. Thank you very much. And everyone is now desperate to know what the rest of your the bedroom in your old parents' house looks like.
I know. I can show you look. So I share this bedroom with my 5-year-old niece. They're all her things. This is my section there's my window where I look out the window. And I remember outside, which weren't they the days when we could go outside and had boyfriends who loved us.
Thank you, Lauren. And and Lauren is a fabulous comic. And when the thing turns around and we all get back to the world of comedy, go and see Lauren. She's absolutely excellent. Though I believe she's helping out at a supermarket with elderly people who can't get their deliveries right now, which is a sign of just what a wonderful human being she is, and also just how much she needs to be paid. So paypal.me/Krater Live. There we go. That would be a fabulous thing for you to do. So I'm looking right now at the comments on the YouTube stream. Sam Carr, thank you very much, has got in touch and said, Stephen, did you get bored in isolation and shave your eyebrows off? The actual truth of the matter is that I have two very powerful lights here, and just to prove the point, I'm now going to kill all the lights, and you can see if my eyebrows magically reappear. So here we go. First and foremost, Alexa, turn off the floods. And that, well, to be honest with you, that has really turned off everything. Hang on a second. Hang on. There we go. That is me with normal lights without it. And actually, yeah, my eyebrows do look like they've gone. So thank you so much for that comment. Yeah, I forgot about the fact that if I turn off all the lights, there's a very real chance you won't be able to see everything. So Alexa, turn on the floods. And we're back. Well, that was absolutely worth it, wasn't it, for live? Wazza says, greetings from Spain. Thank you. That's on Twitter at #KraterLive. Other Twitter comments. This is from Carl Grantham, currently self-isolating in Worthing, which in itself is almost purgatory, with our 5-week-old son, Krater Live, and you, Stephen Grant, bringing us a weekly laugh and alcoholic drink. Very entertaining as always. I'm not bringing them an alcoholic drink, by the way, if you're curious. That's not actually happening. I'm not delivering. Reginald Thallywhacker, I'm assuming that's not their real name. A quick hello, 6 out of 10 for the choice of top, 9 out of 10 for the hair, and lots of love and thanks for the show. Yeah, I think the choice of top is slightly judicious. I apologize, but you've got to imagine it's over a month and a half, and now I'm really getting to the bottom of the laundry basket. And as for the hair, that's incredibly kind because nobody can currently cut it. In fact, it falling out is literally the only way it is currently being shed. Right, anyway, more of your comments, please, to #KraterLive and also on your YouTube comments. Thank you very much for that. We're going to go on to our next comedian who specifically sent in a video just for us. So this is the English Comedian of the Year 2019. And I've got a rough idea he'll be the English Comedian of the Year 2020 as well, because they're unlikely to be able to run the competition. This is the fabulous Nick Page.
Thank you, Stephen. And hello, Komedia. A gig from my study, which is where everybody's gigging. Well, not everyone's gigging from my study. People are gigging from their own houses, which is what we have to do because it is the zombie apocalypse. I'm feeling slightly guilty about enjoying it possibly too much. I've driven 3,000 fewer miles than I would have done if I'd done the gigs that were in my diary. Obviously, I'm missing getting paid, so be generous when it comes to the bucket at the end. And when I first started doing comedy, I really wanted to be one of those hard-hitting political comics with a message that would get all wound up about the stuff that was going on and then would wind audiences up about the stuff that was going on so that we could create change through the medium of comedy. And never affected me. I started comedy in my mid-30s as a middle-class, middle-aged, heterosexual white man who lives quite a long way above sea level somewhere really nice. None of those things affect me. I used to watch the news, seeing if it would make me angry. I'd watch the news going, oh my God, Trump though, oh, I'll be all right. What about nuclear weapons in North Korea? Long way from the Cotswolds. What about the post-Brexit economy? Fucked. But you know what? I got 2 ride-on mowers. And it's very difficult to worry about things when you've got a choice of ride-on. I'll give you an example. I watched a documentary about the proxy war in Yemen and the Syrian refugee crisis, and 20 minutes in I was thinking, this is quite serious. But then 25 minutes in I remembered that one of the mowers has lights on. And the Middle East is a lot further away when your second favourite mower is road legal. I think it's a good time to have dogs as well. I think people get dogs so they've got an excuse to go out. Just like people get cats, they've got an excuse to stay in. And people, I think, generally prefer dogs. Dogs are better. And I know this because if you tell a story, if you tell a story in which a cat dies, 50% of people will be okay with that. 50% of people will be like, it's just a cat. You can't tell a story in which you kill a dog. In England, you can tell a story about anything, but you can't tell a story in which you kill a dog. Even now, saying you can't tell a story in which you kill a dog, there'll be people watching this that will be thinking, I've killed a dog. I haven't killed a dog. I haven't told a story in which I've killed a dog. All I've said is you can't tell a story about killing a dog, and there are people there judging me as though I'm a dog murderer. People will always side with the dog, even if it was the worst dog on earth, even if it was a 22-year-old Jack Russell called Toby that you never wanted to own. Somebody said, would you look after Toby? You thought they meant for the weekend. They emigrated, possibly, to get away from Toby. A 22-year-old Jack Russell. How does a dog live to be 22? 22 is twice as old as a dog needs to be, and at 22... he's not even really alive. He's decomposing whilst mobile. He was one of those Jack Russells with a bloated slug body and a stubby little leg like a thumb at each corner of his slug body and a little stubby tail like a thumb sticking vertically upwards above a curiously protruding anus that looked as if you shoved him backwards onto the French windows he would stick and be unable to escape. A dog with 12 hairs on his body, just 12. So that you could see the tumours like new potatoes and the black and pink patches of his scrofulous skin. And yet with 12 hairs on his body, he could move from one side of a room to the other, and in that movement cover 50 people in white hair and still have 12 hairs left on his body because he was a work of evil canine necromancy. Even that dog you would side with. A dog with one tooth, poisonous drool, something coming from his ear that's both sticky and crystalline at the same time that you know you mustn't touch, but yet a little bit of you thinks, I'm going to touch it. And you touch it, and then you know you're never going to get the smell off your skin. It's like bin juice that's been left in the sun. Oh, it's like an oyster that's been left in a glove box. That dog, you would side with that dog, a dog that became senile, so that he thought that if he felt the wind on his face for one moment, that he was outside. And so twice a day would drag himself snarling and drivelling and shedding from his bed by the stove to the dog flap and stick his head under the dog flap and feel the wind on his face for a brief moment. And in that brief moment he would think that he was outside, and then he would shit on the kitchen floor and drag himself back through it, leaving a vile pathway back to his bed where he lay snarling and drooling and decomposing and full of hate. Even that dog you would side with over me, which is why he's fictional. I'll see you again soon. Thank you.
The brilliant Nick Page there, and Nick is in the deepest, darkest border of England and Wales right now, going up and down his garden on a ride-on mower, I imagine, and all the better for it. It's been weird last 6-7 weeks, hasn't it? I'm getting used to talking to a camera as opposed to people. But the reality of it is I'm going through some days talking to a camera more than I'm talking to people. And I am mourning some of the things I've suddenly realized are unlikely to happen again for quite a while. Like if you're someone who's never joined the Mile High Club, you must be thinking this might never happen. I mean, short of, getting in a really tall building, you still have to fly there, really. I mean, not going to the telecom tower or something like that. It's not even mile, isn't it? It's about 250 meters or something like that. It's not even that. So, I mean, realistically, you're not going to have a huge amount of options. No, I'm not boasting, by the way. That's, I've tried. Don't get me wrong. I was with an ex many, many years ago. I remember lovely girl, which quite bright, like all of my girlfriends, which turned out to be a disadvantage in the long term. And I turned to her and I said, look, we had a lovely flight. Why don't we go to the toilet and have a little bit of fun? And I remember her reply, because it was absolutely brilliant. She said, Stephen, she said, it's a lovely offer, but you may not know this, but in a plane, you're governed by the laws of the country you're flying over. And if you look closely at the map on the back of the headrest, you'll notice we're currently over the Middle East, where it's illegal to have sex in a public place. So I'm sorry, we can't. Which I thought was quite a good reply. So I said, okay. I said, I'll take that on board. I said, but if you look closely at that map, you'll notice we're only about 50 miles from Saudi Arabia. So as far as I see it, you've got two options. You can either choose to do it now, or in 5 minutes, I can fucking tell you to do it. And 4 minutes later, we split up because I was done by then, quite efficient. Boom, straight out. Anyway, as we may have mentioned on social media at the beginning of the show, we have a fabulous lineup tonight, including the brilliant Seann Walsh, who was here last time to give us one of his diaries from lockdown. And we also have coming up later, Stefano Paolini, Luisa, Omielan, and also the brilliant Russell Kane, who will be live from his home. I am so looking forward to that. But first and foremost, let's head over to Seann as he gives me another one of his lockdown diary updates. How are you, Seann?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, cheers. Thank you, Stephen. Nice to be back. Unfortunately, under these circumstances, but it's you can't ignore it. It's dark. It's dark times, and I don't want to bring it down, but it's making people sad, isn't it? That's the thing. But it can't go on like this. It can't go on. And at some point, comedians will just come to their senses and get off TikTok. But it's a war. You've got to look at it like a war, and people aren't thinking straight. It will end. You just got to try and enjoy yourself, I think. That's what it is, isn't it? Like I got fucking shit-faced on Zoom last night. That was good fun. Off my fucking nut. Oh, my nan wasn't too pleased, but you've got to enjoy yourself, haven't you? She hung up when I puked on the iPad. I'm alright now. It's fine. It's not all bad. That's the thing. It's not all. Look at the upside. Look at the planet. Good for the planet, isn't it? People are saying. Finally breathe. All the animals. The animals are back. Great. Fucking dolphins in Venice or whatever, and zebras in the streets. They're fucking. I saw a rat in my bedroom this morning, so it's working. It's definitely working. I think it's great. It's good. It's good. And you know what? It forces you. All of this forces you to have a good time in different ways. Isn't it? You know what I mean? So I live on my own, and I probably shouldn't be talking about this online, but last night I tried. It was the first time I tried it. Trying to with the old phone sex. That was I enjoyed that. I tell you, I highly recommend it. Did hurt when I had to pull the iPhone out of my arse, but if you could just get past that bit, it's good fun. Very good fun. I mean, as well also, you've got to think about how quickly this is all changing. Don't you think seems like years ago that, remember the toilet roll? Toilet roll and pasta. Remember that? We've forgotten about that now. it seemed like you're never going to see pasta again. I remember when that was all happening, I saw, I watched a woman bag 48 toilet rolls, 12 packets of pasta, and 18 bottles of hand sanitizer. Then she helped take them to my car. Incredible customer service. Tesco's, that was absolutely brilliant. Great day. Lovely woman. Of course, I went to the main Tesco's, the big one, the other day, and that fucking the queue. People have said this, haven't they? A lot of people say it's like clubbing. It fucking is though. It is like it's just it brings it all back. This is the main one. So queuing for ages to get in. When I got in, didn't pull anyone. And I got kicked out for doing a lot of coke in the toilets. Just like the good old days. Well, that's really it. That's all I've been up to. I mean, there's a lot of self-improvement as well, isn't it? That's a lot of self-improvement. Like as I'm embarrassed to admit it, but before this, I didn't cook at all. And now, I'm a fucking shit cook. With progress, do you know what I mean? Progress is progress. Not really. Nice talking to you. Oh, might see you again next week. Tiger King. Back on that. Alright, see you. Bye, everyone.
The brilliant Seann Walsh there. Thanks very much, Seann. And yeah, I'm just really grateful he sent in another one of those diaries. I find those genuinely brilliantly funny, and I hope you guys do too. If you've enjoyed the show so far, by the way, try not to overstress it, but you really can make a difference. PayPal.me/Krater Live. If we get just a few quid in from everybody who's watching, then that will actually allow us to continue to make these, and a lot of you are enjoying them. The YouTube comments is a bit like heckling, but I have just noticed something that can happen in YouTube comments that can't happen in actual heckling. And that is when people who are replying to the show reply to other people who are replying to the show. So when I did the joke about my ex-girlfriend's being quite bright, it was quite interesting to see my ex-wife pitch in with a comment. Thanks very much, Lucy. Cheers. Great to have you watching. By the way, in a roundabout way, if you actually contribute to the show, you get some of it back. So, why not chip in? And then the other thing what happened was other people saying, oh my God, look at that. It's his wife. To which she had to say, no, actually, I'm his ex-wife. And then people have started apologizing. So it's great to be roped into somebody else's conversation about you while you're performing. I'm having a wonderful time. Look, we have got a fabulous collection of comedians. Brilliant so far. And trust me, week on week, I feel that this builds and builds and builds, but your support makes a big difference. So do tell your friends about it, please. YouTube.com/Komedia Live. Well, you should know because you're there right now. And we have another live link up coming up now. So I'm going to reach over to, I don't even know where in the world it is, to the fabulous Stefano Paolini. Hello, Stefano.
Hey, Stephen, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, man. And where are you?
I'm in Brixton in South London, where me and you did a gig about 22 years ago, where it was my first gig and you were emceeing.
Right.
And so this is kind of like a little trip down memory lane before we start.
We were in a pub playing to next to nobody for very little money. And here we are 22 years on in an identical situation. In fact, to be fair, it's with even less people, except for the people who are online, but they count, obviously. Love you. What
I did, Stephen, I tried to match the colour of my wall to the colour of your wall for a bit of continuity. The only thing I haven't got is the sign.
Krater logo. You will not want to know just how precariously this is balanced behind me. There is little pins for screwing in. I can work out a webcam. I can stream over the internet, but I cannot screw into a plasterboard wall without not finding, I think they're called the studs or something like that. And yeah, realistically, this has been a steep learning curve. Right, I'm going to hand over to you because this isn't normally what happens when you hand over to a comedian. So everyone, please, lots of applause, clapping emoji if you can do that much. Welcome the fabulous Stefano Paolini.
Thank you very much, everybody at the Bath Komedia and Brighton venues. Thanks very much. Very nice to be back performing again. And this is, I believe, I'm performing in my office. And there's an old adage in showbiz that you perform in your office twice, once on the way up and once on the way down. And this is my first time here, so only good can come of it. So what I normally do in my act, I do impressions, and I like to do a few for you this evening. See, Boris has got back to work. Yes, the coronavirus is like an invisible mugger. But if you do get the virus, please do not call the police. Phone for an ambulance. And this threw Dominic Raab into the limelight. He comes across slightly disingenuous sometimes. Hi, I'm Dominic Raab. I'm the Foreign Secretary. And whenever I talk, I look like I'm actually reading off a script. Sorry, can you take your thumb away? I can't see that last line. Oh, yeah. Stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. I've really enjoyed Rishi Sunak, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, with his updates on his side parting. Yes, yesterday my side parting was 30% to the left, 70% to the right, but with some intervention from my barber, we managed to get that to 40% to 60%. But don't fear, everyone, because the man in the White House has got his finger on the pulse. Novel coronavirus. I haven't read it. I haven't had any time to do it. What I love, every time Donald Trump speaks, political commentators have a field day. My moment of the week was when Donald Trump at a press conference suggested that we inject detergent into our tooth as an effective cure for the coronavirus. I was hoping that Donald Trump would do a live test there and then, and we could have a result. Of course, this lockdown for me has been like waiting for a parcel to be delivered by somebody between 16th of March to whenever. And some people are doing really well. Jeff Bezos at Amazon. Hi, I'm Jeff Bezos. And you're probably wondering how much money I'm worth right now. Wherever you are in the world, just look outside your window and just look to the horizon. Whatever's in between, I probably own that. And now there's no sport, which has left some commentators at a loss to what to talk about. Yes, hello. You join me here today in my kitchen where I'm about to put on a 90-degree wash. Oh no, there has been a last-minute change of plans. This is a 60-degree wash of coloured cotton with fabric softener. No, he's forgotten to buy this fabric softener as well. And some people are having to homeschool, aren't they?
Yeah, homeschooling's been really difficult. I mean, Brooklyn's all right because he's 21, but Harper, she's really smart. And so far, she's taught me my 9 times table, what the capital of Spain is, and next week we're doing joined up handwriting, which is quite good.
I'm just thinking what films with if some films were to be made now with social distancing, how they would appear. I mean, Gladiator would be slightly different.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the arms of the North, general to the Felix legions, loyal son to the true emperor, Marcus Aurelius, husband to a murdered wife, father to a murdered son, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
2 meters, mate. Now, I've been looking where the comments are. Now, you seem to be all spread out about the country because what I'm doing in my lockdown, I am being productive. I'm trying to learn another language, but coincidentally, I'm also learning British regional accents. So I've combined the two. So at the moment, I'm learning German with a West Country accent. So see what you think. Guten Tag. Mein Name is Stefano Paolini. Ich bin ein stand-up comedian and voiceover Künstler. I'm learning French in a Brummie accent. Bonjour, je m'appelle Stefano Paolini. Je suis un stand-up comedian et voici l'artiste. I'm learning Japanese in a Yorkshire accent. Konnichiwa! Watashi no namae so Stefano Paolini. Watashi wa unapo comedian abito bosuva. I'm learning Zulu in a Scouse accent. Sawubona, igamalami Stefano Paolini. I'm a Nuzo Malaya Uvele Makasheli. Spanish with a Glaswegian twist. Hola, mio hombre es Stefano Paolini. Muy soy mola de gusta. And relearning Italian, but with a Northern Irish accent. Buonasera, io mi chiamo Stefano Paolini. È un piacere di essere qua con voi stasera. Try that when Pizza Express opens up again. Io vorrei una pizza margherita and a bicchiere di vino rosso. Where are you from, sir? Which part of Italy? Guys, I think that's my time, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks very much, Happy. And I look forward to the day where we meet at the Brighton venue or the Bath venue, where we're kind of laughing and loving, and we'll get through this. And, you know, can't wait for that day to happen.
Oh, thank you so much, Stefano. Yeah, I mean, do come down when Stefano's on. I mean, he also beatboxes as well, so there's a very real chance I might drag you back on for that. Though beatboxing into a mobile phone with nobody in the room, is that? Yeah, exactly. I know. There are people looking through your window from across the road, sort of thinking, yeah, no, he's lost it. Mental health, genuine issues. Cheers, man. Right.
Thanks, Stephen.
No worries, man. And Stefano Paolini there, absolutely brilliant. At the Brighton and Bath venues, if you get a chance to see him, please do. And his impassioned plea to you guys to get involved is simple as tell your friends, come along and watch the show, and also donate, please. PayPal.me/Krater Live. It will make an absolutely huge difference. Right, I've dragged myself away from the YouTube comments because it's a little bit weird getting dragged into a conversation with your ex-wife talking to other people who are watching the show. But you know what? I'm not concentrating on that. I've got jokes to tell. But we have got a show still to go. 2 more brilliant acts. And finishing the show will be the fabulous Russell Kane. But before then, we go to our Brighton venue. This was filmed, I believe, 2 weeks before we locked down for the coronavirus. And it was the absolutely fantastic Luisa Omielan. Take it away, Luisa.
Oh, it's so nice. Thanks so much for coming out. I made an effort for you bitches. Yes. Wore a nice dress for you. It annoys me that women can't take compliments, can they? Bitches can't ever take a compliment. It's so annoying. If you tried it, and men will know this more than anybody, if you ever tried to compliment a woman, like for example, I saw a friend the other day, right? And I was like, oh babe, that's a nice dress. Do you know what her response is to that's a nice dress? Oh this, oh it's oh no, it's really old. Like I've had it for years. Like I bought it really cheap in the sale and I haven't put on because I've been putting on loads of weight recently. I just think it really sticks to me. And I just feel like I just look like a giant monster. And it's just, oh my god, I like a ribbon. Why would you? I'm just ugly. I'm just ugly. Oh my god, I hate myself. I hate myself. I hate myself. You're a fucking psycho. What the fuck is wrong with you? You mentalist. That's the wrong answer. Somebody comes up to you and they tell you got a nice dress on. Do you know what you need to say? Damn right, it's a nice dress. And I'll tell you something else for nothing. It looks shit on the hanger. Upgrade yourselves, ladies. There's too many issues, and women have far too many issues, and men don't care. Look at these fools. They don't care. Men do not care. As long as it's warm, wet, and clean, you're fine. Be enthusiastic, you got nothing to worry about now. You're giving me so many issues that I don't need, like back fat and fucking cellulite and all this nonsense, and I'm tired of it. Like a thighs touching, like, oh, fuck me, I should kill myself because my thighs are touching. Oh my god, my thighs are touching. Oh my god, my thighs. My thighs. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Oh my god, somebody shoot me in the face. Fuck me. Roll up, check out the freak show bitch whose thighs are touching each other. Yes, my thighs might be touching each other. But I'm sorry, bitches. If you were this close to my vagina, wouldn't you start touching yourself? Am I right, ladies? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. And I don't like women judging me either when I say I want a penis. That's what I want in my life, is a penis. Maybe that is what I need. I want a penis. That's what I want. I want a penis. That's what I want. I want a penis. I want a penis. That's what I deserve. I deserve a penis. But I watch The Notebook. I want that in my life. I want you, all of you, every day. That's what I want, okay? That's what I deserve. And it annoys me when I say I want a penis, the judgment on your bitches' faces. And the worst ones that judge you are the bitches in relationships. That's who. Fucking, oh. Stop being so desperate. Like, when you're looking, you won't find it. Like, that's your problem. You look too hard. And when you look, you won't find it. Oh, I'm sorry, bitch, says you. Fucking no one's ever fucking thirsty when the tap's running all day, are they, boo? No. Don't fucking judge me. You've been in a relationship since you were 6 years fucking old. You don't fucking know. I hate these bitches. I live with my sister, and I'm very close to my sister, right? And we're very different. Like, she's amazing. She's amazing. So basically, our mum passed away 2 years ago, and we respond. You know those bitches when they're stressed, they lose loads of weight. I fucking hate those. That was my sister. My mum died. I started eating 5 donuts a day, and I went up to 80 kilos. Her mum also died, tragically, and she fucking started yoga and is now bodybuilding, right? We're very different. We've got different dads, right? Now, her dad's amazing. He's been very supportive. Mine's not been around much. Can you tell? Don't laugh at that. It's very painful. Anyway. And this is how I know we were different, right? Because she had a relationship for like 8.5 years. She was seeing this guy for like, not seeing, they were living together. They bought a house more than seeing. Like, they were in a full-on relationship, 8.5 years. And after our mum died, he finished with her and started dating a 24-year-old from work. I know. Anyway, I know, cunt bag. Anyway. So he started seeing this girl, right? And my little sister, who's like younger than me, and to me she's always 12. She's not 12, but she'll always be young. You know, she's always like 12 to me. And she was like, "Oh, Luisa, I think I should go out on Tinder because it'll be really good for me to just try and get myself out there. Because Dad said that maybe if I should just go out there and try and live a normal life, it might help me." And I was like, "That's really good advice. Yeah, sure. Because you've been single for what, half an hour, and I've been single all of my fucking adult life. And between the two of us, you're definitely next in line for cock. So sure, go for it, right?" And it's great that her dad's so supportive, right? It's just whatever. Anyway, so she got really dressed up, and she's like a bodybuilder now, right? So she's really fit and really, like, she eats like fucking 6 eggs for breakfast. Like, I call her Gaston, but whatever, right? Anyway, she doesn't like that. Crazy old Maurice, eh? Crazy old Maurice. That's me. I'm crazy old Maurice. Anyway, she's Gaston. Anyway, she's Belle, actually. She's very pretty. I'm pretty too, but I've also got personality, so, you know. Anyway, that's not the point. That's not why I came here. That's not the point. She hasn't got any. She's very boring. Gorgeous to look at, but fucking hell is she dull. Anyway, that's why she goes to the... No, it's fine. That's why she goes to the gym. She has to have a talent somewhere, doesn't she? Anyway, that's not the point. So she went... She's Gaston, right? So she went on a date with this guy, and she went to meet him at 9 o'clock at this guy at the bar. And she calls me at 9:01. I'm like, "Oh my God, is everything all right?" And she's like, "Oh, the guy hasn't showed up, Luisa. And I just went online to message him and just check I was in the right place. And he's unmatched me, and so I don't know what to do now, right?" And I was like, "Oh my God, please don't feel shit. Like, Mum's just died. Your boyfriend at 8 years is fucking a 24-year-old, and now this guy stood you up at a bar, and you eat eggs, 6 eggs for breakfast. Like, life is pretty shit. Like, please don't feel bad. Please don't feel bad." And this is how I know how different we are, because you know what her response was to this situation? She went, "Oh, Louisa, I don't actually mind because, well, I've never been stood up before, have I? And at least I can say that's happened to me now, can't I? It's like a life experience." And I was like, fuck me. What a difference a dad makes, huh? Doesn't it? Could you imagine having that level of self-esteem? That the actions and opinion of a complete stranger have absolutely no fucking effect on your own sense of self. Whether you got this twat whose dad left her at 4 years old, now she comes to fucking dance like a monkey for strangers every fucking weekend. Mate, how much more would I get done if I fucking just liked myself? Fuck me, it would be easier. I'd be at home breastfeeding twins with a Volvo outside a detached in fucking Horsham. That's where I'd be.
Luisa Omielan, and that's right. You said that my top was a 6 out of 10, so I reached into my wardrobe and brought something else out that was clean, and we can all pretty much work out why I haven't worn this. Look at that. This is a desigual top, or desigual, depending on where in Spain you're trying to direct tourists away from. And this has not been worn for the best part of 10 kilos. So if you are a fan of my outfit, then you can obviously put that into the YouTube comments. There's an outside chance you won't be, though. Or Twitter at #CraterLive. Get in touch as well here. You won't be able to make a comment unless you attach it to your donation at paypal.me/CraterLive. Well, we have an absolutely brilliant lineup today. It's been just great. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Please do keep telling your friends about it every Friday at 8:30. And, you know, with your support, we can go on from space to space to space to make this incredible. Right, I've got a fabulous act to finish the show off with. I'm going to hand over live to him now. I believe he's there anyway. So hello, Russell Kane.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. Actually, and you look smart as hell. I can only assume you have some kind of surreptitious dry cleaner somewhere who's willing to do stuff despite of social distancing.
The only thing that's throwing me is a last-minute camera change with some technical issues. And now, because I can't tell with the lenses, I don't want to do the whole thing like David Blunkett. So I'll tell you something else I've observed. Are you kidding, mate? And so, where is it? Oh, it's there. No, because I'm on my iPhone now in my bedroom. No, what's happened is I went through a horrible middle phase where my hair was, the style was growing out. Obviously, can't go to the hairdresser, but now it's so long, I'm able to glue it flat. So people are thinking I've had a haircut breaking social distancing, but I haven't. It's just glued flat. And, you know,
yeah, this is it. Right. Okay. Well, I will do the official handover and make this less of a chat at the microphone. So our final act tonight on Krater Live is the absolutely phenomenal Russell Kane. Applause, 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 applause. Back out of shot.
Well, good evening, lockdown Britain. I'm lucky. Unlike a lot of the stand-ups, I was already doing these weird little blog things before this came going. It was like, what are you doing video blogs for, mate? You're on stage every night of the week. You don't need to be stuck in the basement with beans for an apocalypse that's never happened. Well, the apocalypse has fucking happened, and this is my tin of beans. Shouting into a camera, more than happy to do it. How's everyone coping? Checking in. Forgive me, I've got the comments on slight side screen. Just checking that everyone's okay. Are you feeling safe? Are you getting on as couples? Are some of you pretending you're getting on, but you've murdered who you live with? Are some of the ladies having dinner with a skeleton each night? Enjoy your dinner, Derek, whereas in fact you caved his fucking head in with a spade on day 3. I'm telling you, Helen, if you want sunflowers to grow, cave, have dinner with the corpse. Each night, just a bit of flesh falling off. Daddy's not feeling very well, children. Daddy's dead, that's why. You killed him on day 1, Helen. Sex life as well. Before this started, a lot of people were like, oh my God, you know, as a couple, what are we going to do if our sex life is stale? It's really going to flag it up. How the genders have diverged. Turns out a lot of the women were hoping that's the case because they don't want to be followed around the house with a pepperami with a boner like me. I've become more hornier, I'm as aroused as Columbo's suspicion at a murder scene. I'm improvising, let me off the hook. All I want to do is just go at myself like a sewing machine in a power surge. I think it's where I'm not gigging. Some of the energy has folded back into my brain and the testosterone is leaking into my own bell end. I'm a sex pest in my own house. How can you vary up the sex life? Little tip for you, ladies and gentlemen. Change hairstyles. Girls, if you've got long hair, fold it into a bob. Then when it's Saturday night sex night, you can do it from behind and the bob looks like someone else. So you can play, who are you? Oh, who are you? Oh, stranger. Lads, you can put a bit of talc in the hair and grey up. Oh, I'm an older billionaire and now I'm going to use you. Oh, Baron, please stick a cucumber in my shitter or whatever, you know, whatever. You don't have to go that far. Did you see the government briefing today? Who saw it? Just checking on the comments, because what's the point doing live if I don't fucking interact? Who's the portrait behind? That's Norman Wisdom, because my wall is naked. My wall's got about as many ideas as the government's coronavirus plan on it. In fact, that probably is the government's coronavirus plan. Today's plan is just to go, Mr. Grimdale, and then run out. Did you see the briefing today, though? We are finally, 100,000 tests a day. Finally, Britain has done. Do you know what? I'm starting to feel a bit sorry for us. Poor old fucking Britain. Germany was so on it when the test came out. The virus has been detected at the Brandenburg Gate. Assassinated with lasers immediately. All virus eliminated. Indeed, I will be in my bunker, Chancellor. Mission complete. The Brits were like, if you just like to come through, we're going to do our first COVID test. If you just want to gob into the nurse's hand, yeah, that's quite green, that. I reckon you got a touch of the COVID. Let me just put my PPP on. Here it is. This was just flown in from Turkey at the weekend. It's high-tech equipment. It's not kitchen roll. What are you talking about? What else? Supermarket. How's everyone finding the supermarket etiquette? What fucking happens when we cross the Narnia border from the queue with the jumped-up security card bell end? Yeah, I fucking run this gaff. No one's coming in my postcode. No, you do have to actually let them into the shop eventually, Lee. Yeah, I know. I just enjoy running the door, innit? But when you eventually get past him, it's so outside, 2 meters apart, respectfully queuing, 2 meters apart, respectfully queuing, 2 meters apart. In, there's an offer on bacon, spit in a newborn's face, punch a granny, cave in a disabled person, snatch the bacon, back out, 2 meters apart, 2 meters apart, 2 meters apart when you're outside, 2 meters apart. Seriously, people, Show some respect when you're in, and stop buying some of the shit that's sold out. You would expect, right? Bog roll, people want to wipe their asses and blow their noses. Bell ends, but I get it. Yeast. Who's buying fucking yeast? Seriously, I am. I just want to know that if my bread runs out, I can do you, Lauren from Southend. Yeah, I want to just know that if bread runs out, I want to bake my own. Fuck off. The biggest culinary decision you've made is, do I have barbecue sauce with my nuggets or not? Do you think you're going to be able to bake bread, you fucking fraud? You'll probably put too much yeast on and then squirt some Caniston on the loaf to cancel it out. Oh, I've got yeast all over it. I'm going to have to... I'm improvising. I made myself laugh. It's going to happen. The other thing is sunbathing, okay? Thank God it's fucking overcast and rainy again, because the bellends have retreated back into their snail shells. Listen, if you lay down in the crowded park to sunbathe, Charles Darwin's ghost is dancing around you as you are ready to be plucked out of the fucking food chain, you Neanderthal, bulging skulled, selfish, COVID juice-covered bellend. What are you doing? I'm sorry. You've got to understand my mental health. I need to sunbathe. Is it worth it? Seriously, go for a walk. I know not everyone's got gardens, but go for a walk around the block. Walk to the shops and back. No, I want to sunbathe. Really, Lauren? Yeah. Oh no, I've got a cough. Oh no, I'm coughing to death. Never mind. Lauren had such a lovely colour at the end. It was worth it. At least she went out bronzed. Fucking bellends. Sunbathing. And last but by no means least, I don't want to overrun like Mo Farah on amphetamine. But once I get the old shark eye, it's difficult. Can I just put a shout out to the amazing Captain Colonel now, Tom Moore, marching his shit around, 30 million for the NHS. Shame on us. Moan for the shit he fucking went through, holding in the steaming organs of his friends killed in the trenches before marching back home to England to start the NHS. That was his struggle, and now he's raised 30 million. What are you going to tell your fucking grandkids? You should have been there in 2020 during the old COVID-19. Like, you couldn't get shopping delivered in the house. He doesn't believe me. He doesn't remember. It was left on the pathway. You had to open your own door and take the shopping in. It was exactly the same as being gunned down in Belgium. Exactly the same. Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Johnson? That's what we sang. That's what we fucking sang to our wartime leader. And there was powdered egg and some bitch bought all the yeast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll just go through a few comments, Stephen, and then I shall release you. Komedia looks more like Ket Media. Now, I know why someone said that. It's because I'm daring to jump around my bedroom. I get this all the time. Hey, you must be on gear. There is no fucking way. What a crushing indictment of your own personality, person that said that. That you see someone with a personality and interest and energy must be on gear. How do you spend your life? No personality. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, Columbia up the hooter, legend, punch a hole in the utility room, back to work on Monday. You don't have to be a fucking drug addict to be interested in shit. Ket Media. Anyone else? So funny. Thank you, Sam Carr. Any other comments? My favourite cereal. Really? Fuck's sake. Rice Krispies. Stephen, back to you. Thank you very much.
And that was the fabulous Russell Kane, proving it was live. Excellent stuff. And Russell it does the caning absolutely brilliant. If you get a chance to follow that, he does it on all his different social media platforms. One of the funniest things out there as well. And I've always wondered whether he just did some funny bits and the rest was shit and edited it out. But now without editing, I've seen it's all funny, which means that most of us should give up our stand-up comics. Anyway, thank you very much, Russell. Thank you very much to all our acts and all the people from Komedia who've given up their time while they've been desperately trying to keep the venues together, making this work. So in the order that you saw them, we had Prince Abdi. Feel free to clap at home. Come on, you do it for carers, you can do it for these guys. Just from the comfort of your own sofa. Lauren Pattison, Nick Page, Seann Walsh, Stefano Paolini, Luisa Omielan, and Russell Kane. The comments coming through about the shirt are literally the best comments I've had since I started doing this streaming. I've had everything from a 9 to a 9.5 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10 from people who like the shirt. But I think they're just showing off that their internet stream has the resolution to be able to deal with it. Because I was wearing jet black before, so those people on slightly dial-up style internet could enjoy the show. I think most of you right now are probably getting some kind of movement issue happening, and probably by doing this, your kids can't play Minecraft. Anyway, right, we'll be back next Friday at 8:30. Your final plea from me is to head to youtube.com. Oh, no, that's where you are. youtube.com/media. Sorry, paypal.me/Krater Live. We will be, this video will stay on for the next few days at least. So you can always watch it and tell people to come and watch it. And then hopefully they'll join us again next week at 8:30. But your donations will stay, that link will stay live for up to a week. So please chip in. Anyway, I've been Stephen Grant. Thanks very much. If you've enjoyed this or not enjoyed this, you can comment at your leisure. I'll still check the hashtag Krater Live on Twitter. And I'll see you again next week. Bye.